Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Bitcoin, which is not doing great this morning. We've had a relatively bearish opening so far. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Of course, I mean, I personally do have some positions open, so that was not amazing waking up to. But it's okay. But in general, the price action has not been good. And we'll talk about the fundamentals, we'll talk about the technicals, we'll talk about in general what to expect. I mean, it's a very big red candle, as you can see, but we also left a very big imbalance to the upside. And ultimately, the volume is also quite low, right? And there's no real fundamental reason, in my opinion, for it. So that's that's both hopeful in the sense that, with that imbalance to the upside, we can very easily retrace this move and we can very easily reclaim support. That is all true. That's correct. But on the other hand, it also makes you question that, okay, if you take a look at the fundamentals, for example, at this point of time, that's Hedera. If you take a look at the fundamentals, they're not that bad. I mean, the S&P 500 pre-market has actually opened bullish right here. You can see the volatility index is not great. It opens a little bit higher than where it ended on Friday, but it is pulling back. And then you have the dollar strength index. Okay, that's rallying, right? So that's not good. That's something you don't want to see. But it's rallying, but it's also still at resistance, or at least it still has quite a lot of room left where it can reject. So then Bitcoin pushes down, and there's not a lot of strength. So you start to wonder, okay, what's going on? Now, if you watch my videos over the course of the weekend, and what I said there is that, okay, I said it is a possibility that we spike down into that level at 108,000, where we still had a naked point of control. And we had some imbalances left we needed to fill. But ultimately, what I would have expected is that, look, you can see right here, right? That after Thursday last week, we found balance a little bit higher. And over the course of Friday, when we had quite a lot of volume, and then into the weekend, we were able to hold that balance a little bit higher. Yesterday, for a Sunday, we actually had relatively high volume as well. So that did count as well. But what I would have expected is that we held value and balance up here, spike down to fill those imbalances, and then back up again, right? I mean, if you have imbalances to the downside, it's not bad because there's liquidity, and then you can push down into that and then bounce back up. But now, I would argue, look, if you take a look at the price, there were two major imbalances. It was right here, and it was right here, if I remember correctly. And you can see that we got an extremely weak reaction to those levels. So, okay, purely technically, if you take a look at the price right now, you can see, okay, on the higher time frames, we are still holding that support level right here, around 107,000. So that's good. We're still holding support on the higher time frames. But on the other hand, and then you can also see on the 4-hour time frame, if you look at the balance that we have formed since the 10th of October, when we had that massive liquidation event, we're also still holding that, or at least right now we're deviating below that a little bit, but everything technically looks like we're holding that. So technically we look fine, and fundamentally, or at least the fundamentals that usually affect the crypto markets, we look pretty good as well. But ultimately, the price action is not reacting to that well. So that's why it's a little bit of a tricky situation. I mean, I would still say, because of the technicals and because of the timing and the low volume, low volume this move had, I would still say it's slightly more likely that we'll be able to reclaim the range, and that we will at least be able to get a move into 112 and 113,000, which basically means staying in the range, right? Because that basically means that we'll reclaim back into the range and move up to the range high. So I'm not telling you that I think Bitcoin is going to be extremely bullish. I'm just telling you that I think it's more likely that this is a bit of a fake out, a bit of a deviation. But I say this with caution, and I truly believe, to end this video, that you should go into this into this week and this price action with caution as well. If we're not able to get some sort of a strong reclaim during the NYO, during the US session today, I might have to turn bearish, and I might have to say that I think it's most likely that we'll push down towards 103 and 101,000, where we have a major, which is the next high time frame major support level. Look, I'll keep you updated on that, of course, but for now, I think that is what you need to know. So hopefully it helps. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.